Hi, this is Dave Rudin. Welcome to FCAC Football Weekly. We are coming to you this week from St. Joseph High School, and we would like to thank our sponsors, Blue Streak Sports Training, Carl Chevrolet, and Innovative Health and Rehabilitation. St. Joseph was facing the prospect of not qualifying for the Class M playoffs after a 41-14 loss to New Canaan 2 weeks ago left it with a 6-2 record. But the Cadets rebounded with 2 straight wins, including an impressive 33-17 victory over Brian McMahon on Saturday to secure the chance to defend their state title. Leading off the show this week, we have St. Joseph coach Joe dellaVecchia, and Joe, we'll get right to the question that everybody wants to know. San Diego State or Utah, which team's going farther in the tournament?
I'm definitely a big Utah fan just because of the uniforms, and so I'm going for Utah.
All right, well, let's go a little football. First of all, you had to be real happy with the way your team played, especially second half against McMahon.
Yeah, I thought we came out with a lot of energy after the half. I thought we had a lot of energy to start the game, too. A little disappointed in the way we started. We didn't finish 2 drives that I thought we should have. Then the bad snap on the punt, but I think the kids responded really well at halftime.
You talked a little bit about how you were playing up the, nobody's talking about us this game. Did you really? I mean, you were still getting respect. I mean, you're voted pretty high in the state and writers and coaches polls. Did you really believe you weren't getting talked about that much, or was that just sort of a motivational tool for the kids?
Well, I'm not a big person on you have to respect us or we're looking for respect. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I think you earn what you get. But my thought process to the kids was, this game isn't about you. It's about the other teams involved in the playoffs, that you're not going anywhere and you had your shot and you're done. And we had a lot to play for, and I wanted them to make sure that they understood that we have a state playoffs ahead of us, and a win was going to get us in that playoff position. So I wanted to make sure we were coming here to play hard and make sure that we're still here.
Yeah, I think that overshadowed everybody, especially with the prospect of 3 undefeated teams. Yeah. The state tournament and state playoff implications, not just for you, but even for McMahon, kind of got overlooked. You lose to New Canaan. You're 6-2. What's the mood of the team at that point in the season?
I think at that point we gathered after the New Canaan game and try to put that behind us as fast as possible. Unfortunately, the second year in a row, we didn't play well at all against them. But as I told the team, there's nothing we can do about it now. Our backs are against the wall. Every game is going to be a playoff game for us if we want to get into state playoffs. So that was our mood, that was our attitude, and I say it all the time, the kids are more resilient than we are as adults. They move on a little bit faster than we can, and to their credit, they did.
I guess the game really, not even New Canaan, but Darien, I know if you had to have one back, you still, I know talking you haven't gotten over it, but up 17-0 late in the third quarter and then ended up losing the game. That was a hard one for you. I don't know if you're still over that one.
Not quite. I can't remember ever being in that position before, being up a couple of scores and then blowing it in the fourth quarter like that. I've been thinking back on it. Every time I go through the state rankings or the polls for the state playoffs, where we sit and everything, and even before we clinched, I said if we only had that game, everything would be fine. Right now, we wouldn't have to worry about a thing. So, does it still haunt me? Yeah, it will haunt me forever, probably. You never forget the losses, but this was a learning experience. We found out a lot of things about ourselves afterwards, and we fought back, and our kids are playing really hard, and I don't think they'll ever forget that lesson.
You're 8-2 right now, but the 2 losses are to the number 2 and number 3 teams in the state. Is this a good season so far, or a little unfulfilled?
Well, definitely unfulfilled, because we have one major goal left ahead of us. We want to win a state championship. I mean, that's why we strap it up. We wanted to get back at the FCAC championship. We want to have another shot. We came so close a year ago. Again, losing to Darien still stings, but. This class, I think they've done a great job. We lost a lot of weapons from last year, and there's only, I think, 3 starters or 4 starters back on offense, and to run the system that we do with a lot of new kids. It's a credit to them what we've been able to do, and to be 8-2, we're pleased with that. The two teams we lost are pretty darn good.
I don't usually in the show ask coaches a lot about individual players, but Lars Pedersen, who's going to be joining us in a little bit, he's just had an incredible season, and the fact that you had a hard time settling on a quarterback. You toyed with a couple of different players and even had him on a Wildcat, and he did that. Just talk a little bit about the year Lars has had for you.
Lars has done everything you could possibly ask for a kid. He's got 5 interceptions. I think he scored 18 touchdowns. He has 6 pass reception touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns. I believe he has an interception return for a touchdown. He has 4 or 5 kickoff and punt return for a touchdown. So he's done it every way possible. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes. You can't ask for much more. He gives us everything he's got every play, and we're fortunate we got him on our side.
The All-FCAC voting, I know you're going from here to over there. What position are you listing him as?
Bugs Bunny. We put him up for wide receiver. That's where he's going to play in college, but he can probably make it anywhere.
What's it going to take to win a state championship again?
Well, it's going to take a lot of hard work. Next few weeks in preparing for the 2 opponents that we haven't seen all year. We have to execute. We have to take care of the ball. We can't afford any mistakes. Turning the ball over on a 4-yard line or bad snaps on a punt. Those things we can't do. We've got to secure tackles. It's going to come down to how much hard work and how fast we can learn about our opponent. Again, not having seen them all year long, we've got 5 days to figure them out, and it's going to come down to execution and all the little fundamentals that we did back in August.
I would imagine the way this team's played the last 2 games coming off the New Canaan loss, you like the position you're in right now.
Yeah, I like our attitude. I like the way we're playing. I like the way we're practicing. They know it's X State. They've been there before. They know what it's going to take. It's not going to be easy. It's going to, there's some good teams ahead of us. We don't know who it's going to be yet. Probably won't know till Thanksgiving night. But I think we're in a good frame of mind. They proved a lot to me and to ourselves on Saturday after their performance. In a big game like that. And we've had a lot of big games this year. We've played some great teams and a big crowd, and we responded every time McMahon took a punch at us. We responded back, and then the 4th quarter they just said that's ours and we're going to own it, and they did.
Well, Joe, congratulations on a win over a very good Brian McMahon team, and good luck against Trumbull and then in the Class M playoffs.
Thank you. We're looking forward to all the challenges ahead of us. It's been a great year so far, and hopefully we can finish off, and thanks for having us.
We're back, and joining us right now we have offensive lineman Troy Fasano and running back and defensive back Mafasha Abdul-Basir. Troy, you were down 17-13 against McMahon. You had some opportunities to score a fumble, a stall drive. What was the mood of the team at that point?
Things weren't going right, but we knew that we were going to come back from that and start executing our plays right and getting it done.
What was the difference in the 4th quarter there when you were able to strike so quickly and score those 3 touchdowns?
And we stopped making mistakes, and we started trusting what we were doing and doing it right.
Offense has done a good job. Talk a little bit about the Hogs. Everybody with all the graduation losses said the Hogs weren't going to be the Hogs this year. You guys have been doing a pretty good job blocking. What's been the key?
The Hogs are still the Hogs, and key's just working hard, and you got to want it every play.
Did you think all along when everybody was talking about how the offensive line was going to be rebuilt that the unit would be as strong as it's been?
I knew it was going to be strong. Yeah, I trust our players on the offensive line, definitely.
Mafasha kind of took over the game there at 17-13. Was it getting a little frustrating there when you guys had come so close and weren't able to punch it in against McMahon?
I would say so. Mental errors kind of kicked in early in the game. Kind of happened to us somewhat early in the year. kind of disappointing to see it, but you got to stay calm, you got to stay collective, and with type of plays like those, you got to shake them off and continue to push forward.
What was the mood of the team like? Everybody was talking about McMahon because of the significance to get into the FCAC championship game. Nobody was really looking at it from your perspective, needing to get into the state playoffs. I know Coach dellaVecchia said a little bit, people were forgetting about us. Is that the way the players felt?
Of course, I would say so. He vocalized that early this week in practice, or early that week in practice. It was kind of like the same thing as last year. They had a good shot of going into FCAC. We came in off a loss. This time off a win, and we kind of wanted to prove ourselves. We wanted to show the state that we're still the team to beat. We're still the best team out there. So,
was it a little frustrating after you lose to New Canaan? You're 6-2, and what was the state of the team at that point?
It's the game of football. You win some, you lose some. We knew there was a lot of mistakes we made. That whole week of practice after that, we came back, we fixed it, and came out with a big win against McMahon.
Okay, you have Trumbull. Regardless of the outcome, you're going to get a chance to defend your Class M title. What's it going to take to be successful in that task?
Everybody's going to have to do their part. Me and the other seniors, we're going to have to step our game up, but I have all the faith in the world in my entire team, and I know we're going to get it done.
All right, well, Troy, Ms. Pasha, congratulations on getting back to state playoffs, and wish you well against Trumbull and as you go out to defend the Class M title. And we're back, and for our final spot here, I have my biggest challenge of the season. Joining me is, let's see if I get it on the first go, Conrad Pichia.
Close enough.
Okay. Pichia, okay. I'm going to get that next time. And Lars Pedersen, that's a lot easier. Conrad, talk a little bit about the McMahon game. You must be pretty happy with the way the team played.
Yeah, well, we came out, we had a slow start, but we finished strong in the fourth quarter, scored 20 points in the fourth quarter, and I mean, that's all football is finishing strong, so that's what we did.
Was there a little frustration when you came in at halftime and I know you felt like you left some points on the board?
Yeah, definitely left some points on the board, but we got fired up during halftime and came back out, knew what we had to do, did it, and finished off.
It had to be a good confidence booster for you guys too. I mean, McMahon's a quality team, and to be able to pull away, they had a lot at stake. You had a lot at stake. Well, I would imagine that's a nice little boost to send you into your rivalry game with Trumbull and then the state playoffs.
Yeah, we're going to feed off this win. We're going to get another win, hopefully, and go in the playoffs and win that too.
Lars, you're just complaining I didn't write down what position you play, because I don't think you've snapped the ball this year, but you've done just about everything else. First of all, you have to be happy with the season you're having.
Well, I mean, definitely. I'm just doing whatever coach asked me to do, but that's not really what it's about. It's about the end result, the box score at the end, and, just like McMahon, 33-17, just getting the W, that's all that matters.
Actually, have to cheat and look at my notes on this one because it's pretty incredible. 1,508 all-purpose yards, 16 touchdowns, 6 rushing, 6 receiving, 2 punt returns, 2 kickoff returns, and both your completions throwing the ball are for touchdowns. Which way do you like scoring the most?
I mean, I never really threw the ball, so it was pretty cool. But, no, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Any way we get it done. I like running behind the big boys. That's what I like. So all offensive linemen, give them a shout-out. Chris Taylor, Conrad, Jack Ganzer, Tim Byer, Troy Fasano, they all get time. So, and Mark Bernatchis, can't forget Bernie.
Was it getting a little frustrating there after New Canaan? You're 6-2, and your FCAC hopes are gone, and not only that, but now not as much margin for error in terms of getting into the state playoffs.
Well, definitely. I mean, after New Canaan, we knew what we had to do. You got to pick it up and move on. It's just how it is sometimes, but. So, we knew we had to get a crucial win against Ward, came out and got that done. Same thing with McMahon, our season was on the line. And so it's just how it's going to be, next week against Trumbull too, and, on from there. So,
what's it going to take to win another state title?
A lot of key preparation. Coach Saller does a great job with the defensive guys. We have everything going on with our keys and our rules. And I think that really showed against McMahon this past week. We really practiced really hard, and it showed.
All right, well, Conrad, I'm going to stick with Conrad. Lars, congratulations and good luck going forward, and hope you get another ring on the finger.
Definitely, thank you.
And that's this week's episode of FCAC Football Weekly, and we're going to be coming to you next week with a special preview of the Darien New Canaan FCAC Championship game.